Well, hello. My name is Tinto, and I've been playing Battle Factory for a long time, since my childhood. Basically, I already loved the format, and recently, let's say, with the past few years, I've been coming back to it just for fun. I had once a really long streak on my cartridge and posted about it on Smogon as well. And right now, I'm playing on an emulator. It's just a bit faster, and yeah, I enjoy it. And with all the tools available nowadays, thanks to L Logan, what's his name? LRXC. Um, and on his Discord server, I found all the tools that helped me and that helped me already achieve my longest streak, which I think is 138 or 129 wins. I don't even know. I think I can do better. So right now I'm at 84 wins. I haven't streamed anything yet, but here in the notepad I have made notes of every round so far. Interestingly, in the last, I don't know, since round 6, I haven't been needing to swap any Pokemon. So every team was just so good that I could breeze through the whole 7 trainers. And well, let's see what happens today. And in the bottom of the screen I'm showing you my spreadsheet and all the other calculations and whatnot. If you happen to hear this, let me know if the stream quality is good, if you can see, read everything, hear everything properly. If necessary, I can change a few things. Perhaps the text is a little bit small, but who knows? Maybe it's good enough. Alright, so let's get into it. I will be making notes as we go. It just helps me in my thinking process as well. So yeah, that's why basically. Okay, let's go. I will speed up a little bit. Okay, no favorites. High risk, high return. So the first thing I do when I see this is I go to the Battle Factory buddy made by Dave Glorbus or Glorbus. I don't know how you pronounce your last name, so to say. So there was no type and high risk, high return. We're level 50, round 8 plus. Battles 1 to 6. Right now the Battle Factory buddy is still online. According to Dave, he might stop hosting it. Well, he's looking into alternative options, and I have downloaded the tool, so anyway I could use it, but so far I will be using this buddy, and it just helps save a lot of time in yeah, reasoning. Okay, let's see what the draft is like. We have a Starmie, that sounds good. Alright, this is the God Starmie as it's known, Starmie 3. Probably will take that. And then we have a Wailord, not great. Let me check which one this is. Probably Wailord 1. Yep. And I just make notes of every Pokemon that appears in my draft. In the calculator I will already put the opponent IVs on 3 so I don't make a mistake there. We have a very interesting fortress with a Zap Cannon. Don't think I've ever played with this one. Potentially very good since it's weak to fire and Starmie resists fire. Yeah, could be a good partner. The explosion always is just so useful. Quickly check which one this is. Probably number 3. Yeah. Giga Drain, of course, a bit strange move on Fortress. Even though special attack stat of 111 isn't horrible. Snorlax also generally a very good Pokemon, of course, but this set I'm not too sure about. Mega Kick isn't great. Well, 75 accuracy is not the best. Counter could take out some dangerous threats. And Quick Claw as an item, well, not the most reliable, let's say. Quickly check which one this is. Maybe Snorlax 6 or so. That's Snorlax. No, it's not this one. Yeah, Snorlax 5. Alright. Oh, then we have Regirock with Rest. That's also really good. Because it provides longevity for my team in case I need it. Even though with God Starmie the question is, it's Regirock number 3. The question is how much support I will be needing, or if I can just take out already a lot of opponents. And we have Satu in the last slot. Looks like something aggressive with such a speed stat of 149, jolly. I would say a niche pick to put it mildly. Satu 3. Satu 2 with Toxic Fly and Confuse Ray, those kind of stuff could really work. But about this one I don't know. Okay, I will have to take a bathroom break and be back soon. Alright, so when looking at this draft, I'd say that Starmie is clearly the best one, with Lumberry great speed set also, and just maybe best special sweeper in the factory with such coverage. Double stab and bolt beam are really good. And just let me check the speed stat of Sceptile. 3 IVs is 158, is that the max? Yeah, I think so. So it also outspeeds every Sceptile and probably one-shots every Sceptile as well. Because I'm just trying to think what is dangerous for Starmie, and yeah, strong grass moves come to mind. Of course, Thunderbolts come to mind. Maybe Electrode is able to outspeed. Some Electrodes are able to outspeed. Starmie, well, they're not fully speed invested, those Electrodes here, I guess. So yeah, don't outspeed Jolteon. Ah yeah, Jolteon has a 168 speed, whereas Starmie has 167. And Jolteon could one-shot with T-Bolt. Yeah, Starmie usually goes into the lead slot. Okay, let's think what Starmie needs in the back. Well, Wailord for sure I will not use because it has similar weaknesses and overall just not a great Pokemon. The only utility it would provide here is a Roar. In some cases it can be helpful, but I will just remove it from my draft on paper. Then this Fortress looks quite good, even though the EV spread isn't that great. With 117 special attack, I mean, yes, for Zap Cannon and for Giga Drain it needs maybe some power, but yeah, I doubt whether those moves come in handy. Would just be nice to have max attack for good earthquake damage. But who knows, it has good defense and special defense. Focus Band as an item isn't great, it's not very reliable. Of course it's meant to be a good combination with Explosion, but yeah, only 10% of the time. I guess Focus Band's 10% or 20. Yeah, 10% chance to activate only, so yeah, that is not great, but anyway, it's great to have Fortress. In any case, when you have a 2v1 situation, it can just finish the game with Explosion. Starmie is weak to Bug and Dark as well. Well, they're also resisted by Fortress. Grass is resisted, only electric moves. I don't have really a good resist for electric moves. I guess Zatu I will also not take because it's just too frail. And I already have a good sweeper with Stormy, so good special sweeper. I mean, Zatu's attack stats aren't even that great. 116, 122 is not great. Of course, dual step, but we already have step psychic. So okay, well, I will bench Zatu as well. It will help to clear the decision-making process. I think the real question is to choose Snorlax or Regirock, and I'm really bending towards Regirock here because of Rest and Curse Rest just being a great win condition as well. together with just Starmie sweeping, Fortress blowing up in if there's one mon left, and Regirocket can just stall out every physical attacker, I guess, with such defense and HP. I'll just check. Yeah, it's fully HP invested and fully SPDEF invested. Has a step, rock slide, and earthquake, curse rest. Yeah, to think what Starmie doesn't beat. Of course, Regice and Blissey come to mind. Snorlax as well. I guess Regirock should be able to beat those. Because with Rest, the great thing is that you're not afraid of status. So Toxic or Will-O-Wisp or even Paralysis will not hurt you. And probably Blissey cannot do that much to Regirock, and if I curse up to +6, yeah, I will one shot with either Rock Slide or Earthquake. Maybe even +4 is enough. Yeah, for Rock Slide, so it should be pretty safe. Regice might be one shot. No, not one shot without boosting, but at least 2 shot. Yeah, probably I shouldn't overthink this just because this Snorlax has... it's still Snorlax, so it's strong with such HP and great special wall. But yeah, if Mega Kick is your strongest move, Big Break is not stab, no boosting. In level 50 there's no Tyranitar to use Brick Break on. So I think this is a fairly easy choice to go for Starmie, Fortress and Regirock. All of them are sets number 3. In round 3 they're generally good Pokemon. Of course Regirock is not in round 3, but yeah, we have a good draft. I'm curious to see how Fortress 3 is doing. Its main task may be to switch into either electric attacks. Oh, this is actually a good question. What do I do if I have a lead Jolteon or another threatening? Electric type. For example, I face Raikou. It's a first mod. Will it will always click Thunderbolt against Starmie. If I switch in Fortress, what will happen? It will do over half. That's not nice. Against Regirock, it will maybe not do over half. No, it will not. And then I can... It will be 3-hit KO most likely, so... I can just... rest. Turn 1, then I'm back to full. Then I will click Curse, and then I will click Earthquake. And hope that the next mon will not knock me out in one hit, so I can either rest up again or click a boosted Rock Slide or Earthquake. I guess this is the general recipe against any strong electric type. I think Heracrosses will just be dealt with by by Stormy 3. Should check, because of course Megahorn will kill. There is Heracross 2 has a chance of surviving Psychic. Only Heracross 2, so probably I will just have to click Psychic and hope for a very good chance to kill the Heracross. What else is dangerous for Starmie? I don't know, not that much. I guess we'll just have to go. First I will put my team into the Battle Factory Buddy. So we have Starmie, Fortress and Regirock. And we benched Snorlax, Zatu and Wailord. And we can already calculate which opponents are likely with high risk, high return. Of course there are quite a lot of dangerous ones, but yeah, maybe just I can check as well what to do against Latios. Indeed, I will not one-shot with Ice Beam, and it may one-shot me with Thunderbolt in return. Yeah, but there is nothing to do about this, I guess. Latios is just a problem. And you have to play around it. What likely are Machamp, Ursaring, Salamence, Gardevoir. Yeah, Ursaring could be tough as well if it one-shots my Starmie with some strong step. Maybe from Choice Band, maybe Hyper Beam. But in general, I think I should be good. Let's see what we got. So we go with Starmie, Fortress, and Regirock. Right this way, please. I didn't even read the text, I'm sorry. Pokemon Breeder Wilson would like to battle and has an Executor. Sounds like something I can Ice Beam. Let me put it into the buddy. Can already give me some info. All Executors are possible. One of them has a Quick Claw, but that one will not be able to hit me in one turn, because it needs Solar Beam or Sunny Day to hit me, start hitting me. Okay, let's check if we one-shot those. Executor 1 we don't already. Executor 2 will also not one-shot. Well, Sleep Powder, for that we have the Lumberry. Executor 3 we will not one-shot, it might explode, could be bad luck. Executor 4 will do a lot of damage with Giga Drain, but we one-shot Executor 4, so that's good news. Switching to Regirock doesn't make sense, I cannot do anything with Regirock, and Fortress also does not have anything super effective. So I just have to Ice Beam, see what happens. I'm faster, no Quick Claw, and we one-shot. So I think this means we have Executor 4 up against us. Because I have all the settings correct in the calculator, and yeah, Executor 1 we don't one-shot, Executor 2 we do not one-shot, Executor 3 we do not one-shot, and Executor 4 we do one-shot. So we have Executor 4. Second Mon, Miltank. That can be a tough opponent for Starmie. Let's just put set 4 only. And then we calculate what's likely to be in the back. Well, nothing especially, can still be 66 different mons. So actually this executor had bright powder, so luckily didn't activate. And all melting sets are possible. Now since all meltings are in fact physical, going to Regirock makes sense. I don't think it's worth to take damage on Starmie, especially if there's Shadow Ball. And perhaps the chosen move will already teach us something. Well, Focus Punch of Miltank 2 might be bad. Let me just add all my mons in here. I like to open 3 different tabs so I can just easily check how every of my mons is doing against the opponent. So Fortress actually pretty walls Miltank pretty well as well. Well, Starmie and Regirock are generalists. Fortress is female, so I'm not afraid of Attract, which is also nice. Miltank 2 will probably T-Wave my Starmie since it's slower, then they like to do that. Yeah, but Fortress already pretty good. Will already beat Miltank 2, I think. Also Miltank 1. Of course, with Milk Drink it's not that easy. Miltank 3 with Endure Reversal is possibly a threat. If it has 1 HP. Well, it does still less than half, so okay. Not that dangerous. But repeated earthquakes will damage my Pokemon. So if we have Miltank 4, it can curse up and do double team. This is maybe the most most dangerous one. With Lumberry as well, so if I would think of using Zap Cannon, the paralysis will be shrugged off at least the first time. And after some double teams, Zap Cannon is still less likely to hit. Of course I can check how much I do with Surf. If I just two-shot with Starmie, it could also be worth it. Because of course I will be faster. So this one has a pretty good chance to two-shot with 2 Surfs. Here the same thing. This one will definitely two-shot with, but Endure might be annoying. But from the Shadow Ball damage I will be able to see if this is Endure. Because it does much more than Miltank 1, which has only 37 to 44. And Miltank 4 will also fall to 2 Surfs. But considering it has double team, it might be nice to get some damage on it. This one still has healing in Milk Drink. Plus it might also curse on the first turn, and then I have just a free kill. Actually, just surfing doesn't sound too bad, because also if I quickly kill this Miltank, I still have Fortress in the back, which can explode on whatever is left. There is a Gengar, so that's more difficult for Fortress. Aggron will not die to explosion, but will die to earthquake. Mischievous, I hope I can also take out. Okay, but then the last scenario is to switch to Regirock. If it completely walls Miltank, then that might be the best switch. Okay, its moves will not do that much damage, only Focus Punch does a chunk. But if I just keep attacking it, it will not activate. Well, with Thunder Punch, Thunder Wave, it could be bad. Actually, Starmie will also kill this one for free, because I will surf, it will Thunder Wave probably. My Lumberry activates, surf again and kill. So also surfing just seems like a very good option, especially considering we have a Curse double team Miltank here. I think I will just surf and not overthink again. Yeah, let's see if we do over half. We do way over half. Shadow Ball doesn't kill me, which is great. I have a special defense drop. I will, just for the sake of good administration, note this. We took how much damage? 85 minus 2 is 83 damage. So I think it's the one with the big Shadow Ball, probably this one. Yeah. So it will be Miltank 3. Or could it be Miltank? Yeah, this is Miltank 3 as well. This one is also attack invested Miltank 2, but it didn't show leftovers, so it's not Miltank 2. Okay, we have Miltank 3. And just for the sake of having a renewed full information, okay, it didn't change anything for the likeliness of the last mon. The item is Select-Berry. So this is Endure Reversal. And at +1 speed, will it outspeed my Starmie? Maybe not. It will not. Well, that makes it very safe to go again for a surf here and surf again. It didn't even endure. Well, that's great. Just checking if it could be Miltank 1 with this damage. Not really. Oh, we have Aggron. Well, that's surf 1 hit KO for sure. Just for the to see what kind of Aggron it can be. It could have Quick Law, of course. Aggron 1, 2, or 4. But if Starmie doesn't kill, then Regirock or Fortress will with Earthquake, so that's fine. And it didn't activate quickly. Okay, easy round 1. Endure is all I can do. Well, he could have endured actually, but he didn't. I will have another bathroom break and continue after that. Alright, let's go on for battle number 2. Let us restore your Pokemon. Second bench is a little investigation. No clear favorites. Free Spirit and Unrestrained. So in the Battle Factory Buddy we go to Free Spirited Unrestrained. We click Next Battle, so the opponents will automatically go here to the draft rejects, last opponents. And we can calculate what is possible. Well, with this quote, yeah, everything will be possible. I will not change or swap Pokemon because, well, even though Executor 4, let me just have a look to compare it side by side with Fortress, because they both have Explosion, they both have Giga Drain, where Executor of course has Stab and a much better special attack. This one has Stab Psychic as well and Sludge Bomb. Well, since Regirock already has a Earthquake coverage, I don't really need that on Fortress. And Executor is just a little bit faster than Fortress, and it has Bright Powder, which I like a little more than Focus Band. But then again, of course, Fortress has much better defenses. I'm thinking about it because the synergy between water type and grass types is quite good, especially if you can switch from a water type to a grass type on electric moves or grass moves. But since Starmie and Executor are both psychics, any strong bug move, Silver Wind or Mega Horn, will kill both, so probably not really worth the swap here. Also, Fortress has his 31 IVs and the Executor is, yeah, weaker. The attack stat is almost the same for Explosion, which is maybe even the most important. And Fortress will just live so many more hits than Executor. Plus, if a fire attack is aimed at Fortress, which is the main weakness, the only weakness, then I can always switch out either to Regirock or to Starmie. So I think Fortress just fits the team very well. So I will not swap. Let's see what round 2 has to offer. You make me go, ahaha. Swimmer Joyce sends out a Metagross. Look, that's a great lead. That's a great lead. Let's have a look. Already thinking that. What are the options? Of course, to serve twice, to switch to Fortress could be really good because it's a good wall and it might do Zap Cannon on Metagross to paralyze it. Because let me see, there are no Metagrosses with fire coverage. It's not even possible, I guess, because it's only hidden power fire it could have. There is Thunder Punch, Metagross. This one. The question is Starmie afraid of Thunder Punch? Well, the first thing I like to do with these kind of varying moveset mons is just to list all of them and to see what move they will choose against my my current mon, so I can determine what switch-ins might do. What could be good switch-ins or not? Okay, so Metagross 1 will either Meteor Mesh or Facade. or choose light screen based on the roll meteor mesh or facade or light screen. And then we have Metagross 2, which will basically earthquake. And for Swagger, I don't remember the exact AI move choice, but if I remember well, they don't like to choose it. Metagross 3 is quite dangerous because of a double team. We'll choose EQ or double team. Probably double team actually. And it has rest as well. This one could be difficult to tackle. Because both its move, Earthquake and Meteor Mesh are in fact super effective on Regirock. So it's hard to switch Regirock into this. Then we have Metagross number 4, which will definitely Shadow Ball for huge damage. Just checking the damage ranges of Surf. Here it's over half. This one also over half. This one could live. This one will be 2-shot. Metagross 6 will be 2-shot. Metagross 5 will be 2-shot. Metagross 7 will be 2-shot. And Metagross 8 will be 2-shot. Well, that's also important info. So probably to go with double surf will just be the play. But to wrap up, let's see. Metagross 5 might click EQ or explode. Not very likely to explode, but it might. It has click Quick Claw. So if for the move order or just for the effectiveness of my moves, an item is important, I like to know this as well. So Bright Powder or Quick Claw. Metagross 6 will click Thunder Punch for huge damage as well. Then Metagross 7 will click Thunder Punch also. It will have some Shell Bell recovery, but not enough to survive 2 surfs. And lastly, Metagross 8 will click either Earthquake or Explode. And it also has a Quick Claw. Let me actually check. The Metagross 4 also has Quick Claw. So this one is quite dangerous for Starmie. Because if it clicks Shadow Ball the first turn, it will put me into range. But if this happens, I might switch out. Let me see. Because it's doesn't have much for Fortress. Is that true? Fortress. Metagross 4. Yeah, we'll just switch in Fortress and click EQ. And that way I keep my Starmie alive guaranteed. There's also a play that I will go to Fortress no matter what. Let me also add here Metagross 6 has Bright Powder. Metagross 1 has Lefties, which is quite important as well for the roll on Surf. Still guaranteed to hit KO. I will have to check all the Metagrosses versus Fortress to see if it can actually do something and whether it can live 2 Earthquakes. This one cannot. This one also cannot live 2 Earthquakes and cannot really damage my Fortress either. This one might live 2 Earthquakes. Cyclops Swagger could be a thing here for Metagross 2. Metagross 3. Of course, there's double team rest here, which is annoying. And Earthquake might not even two-shot. So it might click double team turn 1. When I switch to Fortress, then I could even miss my double team again. And then I hit once Earthquake, it will rest, and I will have to hit subsequent Earthquakes 2 or 3 in a row. Yeah, it just looks risky to switch to Fortress. I think I should just surf twice. And the only one that might survive 2 surfs is Metagross 2, right? It has a Lumberry. But then again, Metagross 2 might be a switch to Fortress. I can even check if Regirock can survive something. Well, it's tricky because Meteor Mesh is big damage, and Metagross is faster, of course, than Regirock as well. I think I can only surf, and the first move will give me a lot of information. I am faster. It does overharve and double team. I'm very glad that I surfed here and didn't switch out. So just add double team. I think it's only one Metagross. I can remove the notes here. So we have Metagross 3, and it's likely to have Salamence, Gengar, or Machamp in the pack. 3 mons that Starmie can handle pretty well. So I hope Starmie will stay alive. Metagross will probably click rest here. Or double team again, but yeah, must be rest. And my surf just has to hit. I miss, it rests. The only thing I can do is just to surf before it sets up more double teams. In a bad scenario, I can switch to Regirock and try to set up with curses and stall out. For that scenario, I will already start counting moves. So we have 1 double team and 1 rest. But of course, I hope to just hit 2 surfs in a row. Here it goes. Double team again. It will rest again unless I hit. I hit. Okay. Well, that's good. Survived Metagross, and Gyarados is next. Strong Mon. But not against Starmie, because I have Thunderbolt. Of this, Gyarados 1, 2, or 3. There's one with Quick Claw. I think I will just eliminate all of them. Only Gyarados 1 has good investment in bulk, and indeed it might live a Thunderbolt. And it will T-Wave, but my Lumberry will activate, so not dangerous at all. And Gyarados 2 and 3 I will just one-shot. This one might Quick Claw and Thunder. Don't know what are the... Well, if it sees the roll with... if it sees the kill with the roll, then it might click Thunder. Otherwise Rain Dance, which would even be good for Starmie's surf. And in the back we have a lot of mons possible, so I will just have to Thunderbolt and hope there's no Quick Claw Thunder hit plus roll to kill. And it doesn't happen. It doesn't live, so not Gyarados 1 guaranteed, and we have a Shift Tree in the back, which should die to any Ice Beam. This one might quick click. Oh, I didn't remove the special defense drop from the first game, so then it means that Thunder wasn't a roll on Gyarados. Yeah. It would have clicked Rain Dance anyway then, I think. A bit of a sloppy play. Because I saw that because suddenly Shift 3 would kill me with Feint Attack from full, which I don't believe can happen. Let's see which Shift 3s are actually possible before I make too many calculations. Well, if I don't kill it with Ice Beam, I still have Fortress with Explosion, so there is no risk to lose here, I believe. He said before losing to whatever. It cannot. There's one Shift 3 with Double Team, but not here, because it would probably activate another phrase. Shift 3 1 I almost kill. Shift 3 3 I kill for sure. And 4 I also kill. Just have to Ice Beam. And we kill. So we don't know what Gyarados it was, which Shift 3 it was. Now the question is, do we change anything? First I'll have a look what is the next opponent. No clear favorites, free spirited and unrestrained, so this stays the same. I go to the next battle and calculate what can be there. We have a pretty strong team, so I don't feel like changing. Even though this Metagross tree is a great win conditioning to double team up so much. But then to be reliant only on Meteor Mesh and Earthquake is a little bit tricky. Plus Fortress just have more bulk than Metagross. And also I don't like that Metagross has some EVs spent on speed, because still 97 isn't that great of a speed stat. And do we check any Gyarados? Still it has Intimidate, so it's always worth. This one could be really good with Dragon Dance. Gyarados 2 is very funny with all the great special moves, of course. But yeah, it's electric weakness doesn't go well into my team, so I guess I will stay with the mons I have. Let's see what we got. I missed the phrase again. Cool training, Jillian and an Altaria. That sounds like good news for me. Starmie. Ice Beam should kill, even though there are maybe some bulky ones. This one, or the last one, it has HP and Spadef investment. There are no quick claws whatsoever, so I can just calculate cleanly. Yeah, I do kill every Altaria with Ice Beam. I don't have to think. And it means that this battle already goes into the right direction. To have with a Fortress in the back with Explosion and a 3 against 2, yeah, such a good position. Nidoking, interesting one. Might threaten me with, of course, Horn Drill or Mega Horn. And might have a quick claw, but it doesn't. Shellbell, Lumberry, Lepaberry. So again, I can just cleanly do my calculations. Looking 2, 3, and 4. And I think I will one-shot with Surf. Yeah, Surf or Psychic. Surf or Psychic. Surf or Psychic. Let's choose Surf. And actually this Megahorn doesn't even kill from Nidoking 4. Interesting. Yeah, Nidoking just not the best mon in the Battle Factory. And the only one with Horn Drill is Nidoking 1, which it couldn't have been, because it would activate High Risk, High Return. And Hariyama in the back, also good fodder for Starmie. So I think Starmie is now 8 and 8 with kills. And it should kill this Hariyama as well. It does have a Quick Claw. And of course Fake Out on Hariyama 1 and 4. But anyway, I should just Psychic. Of course, Cross Chop Crit could be dangerous for Regirock, I guess. Let's just have a look for fun. It will not kill this one. Might kill this one. Hariyama 2 might kill. But maybe Regirock is faster? Regirock is faster indeed. Well, anyway, I think it cannot really hurt my fortress, and I have explosion, so that should always kill. Is that true? Yeah, huge damage. But also Psychic should kill, so... Well, actually it doesn't, because Hariyama has good HP stats. But only Hariyama 1 will live. We have a Fake Out here for 26 damage. Fake Out. It may also give information on the Altarias and Nidokings, where we have Hariyama 1 or 4, which have different investment in attack, so we might suss out which that was. This did 26 damage, so it could be Hariyama 4 and probably cannot be Hariyama 1 then. Yeah, because it does max 25 and it did 26, so this is Hariyama 4. Number 4. And it tells us nothing about Altaria or Nidoking. And it doesn't have Quick Claw, so very safe to Psychic here. And it will go down. That was a little too much to take. It was. The fourth match is next. Well, from Altaria, Nidoking and Hariyama 4, I will not take anything because my team is just too good. Skilled in the handling of the water type. High risk, high return. This is some interesting information. Water and high risk, high return. I click next battle and I calculate. Of course, Starmie generally good into water mons. Now that I think of it, Quagsire and Whiscash and Swampert, the water ground types, of course cannot be hit by Thunderbolt, so those might be a bit problematic. But I do have a Fortress with Giga Drain. Maybe it does good damage. Let me just check for fun how much Giga Drain does against a random Whiscash. Oh, 80%, that's quite good. And against a random Swampert, 70%. And against a random Quagsire, 70%. Yeah, it's good. It's good. But as we saw from the buddy here, Lapras is very likely. Quite likely. But I have Thunderbolt for that. It can of course Quick Claw, one-hit KO me. But actually I do have Fortress. Does it have Sturdy? Let me check. Yeah, it only has Sturdy, probably. I don't think it has a second ability. Starmie has Illuminate, that's a pity, of course, doesn't have Natural Cure, but still it's good. Maybe I should write it down here that it has Illuminate. So my team could have been even better if Starmie had Natural Cure, but this is already good. So we have Fortress as an insurance against Lapras with the one-hit KO moves, which is really nice. And Wall Rain, I guess, could also appear. Yeah, indeed, with the one-hit KO moves. Anyway, I'm not going to swap, even though Regirock is not good into water types, but yeah, these are neither Nidoking, Hariyama or Altaria. So. Quit swapping, yep, and we just hope that Starmie can beat those Watermons. Aroma Lady Abby, again I missed the phrase. Miltank, well, we've seen Miltank before, and we did Surf twice. And I think there's no reason to do anything else here. It means there will be 2 Watermons in the back. In the Discord server I saw that Wildcat posted there are 21 Watermons, and since I have 1 there are only 19 left, so very likely Lapras 1 and 19 other Watermons, which are all still possible. It would be nice to preserve as much health as possible on Starmie, of course. So the same scenario as last time with a Shadow Ball hit will damage me. But the risk to go to switch is just too big, I fear. I'd rather take a hit now, then switch out, maybe explode with Fortress, and then have Starmie come in again for a last hit, because it will outspeed probably every water type. Here I have my spreadsheet. I can sort on speed, I guess, and then on water types. Yeah, it will. Water types generally aren't that fast. I shouldn't sort like that, but I should sort like this. It's water. Let me see. Clear all, then I will just select all 9. Now we have all the Watermons. This one I will sort. Yes, Starmie is the fastest. It will outspeed every Watermon. Kingdra could be dangerous as well, because I'm not super effective against Kingdra either, and Lantern as well. Well, so it turns out that water is quite a difficult type for Starmie, even though it has Thunderbolt. So does it make sense to go Regirock in this case, especially since the chances that it's a double team, Miltank, double tank, sounds nice. Double team Miltank It's not the biggest chance. I could just curse up with Regirock. Of course, Focus Punch crits aren't the best. But you could argue that Regirock isn't worth much against water types anyway. Let me check the matchup between Miltank and Regirock. Yeah, Double Edge doesn't have that much PP either. Double Edge. I think 10 PP, right? 15, okay. I should be able to stall out all the double edges if I just curse up. Because if it crits at +6, how much does it do? It might kill. Then I would have to risk this. Of course, to go Fortress and explode on a double team Miltank is also very risky, so I don't want that. It also has Milk Drink, so it's actually a tough lead. I would like to kill it soon, but I risk quite some damage on my Starmie. But the risk of even more damage if I let this Miltank setup is even bigger. Of course I will die to a crit Shadow Ball. Still Fortress might be able to deal quite well with some water types. Well, for example, this Lapras, one hit KO Lapras. Swampert it has Giga Drain, Tentacruel it has Earthquake, Whiscash it has Giga Drain, Quagsire it has Giga Drain, Gyarados it has Zap Cannon. Slowking with Flamethrower is of course very threatening. To somehow kill a water type with Regirock doesn't sound very likely, because most will just 2-hit KO it with Surf. So if I click Surf here, I risk a Shadow Ball crit from this one, Melting Tree. If I switch to Regirock, I risk double team setup. Which is very bad because I cannot kill double team curse setup Miltank. It will take me at least 3-4 hits. Even more because it has Milk Drink. Then I could stall it out of double edges, but still I will have to kill it with Starmie, and yeah, will do quite some damage with Struggle. So I think I have to surf twice and risk the damage. Again, oh, counter, that's a really good scenario. A really, really good scenario. But that's also the thing in these later rounds. There are more scary scenarios because you have all the different movesets, but then again, there's also quite a big chance that it has a really bad moveset. For example, this Miltank. So it does have focus band. The question is, do I just surf and battle with Stormy, or do I switch to Regirock already and start setting up Regirock curses, and then just sweep with Rock Slide and Earthquake, which is very much possible against this this Miltank. I think it is a free setup. It is a free setup, isn't it? Yeah, because Facade and Shadow Ball don't do anything against my Regirock, and if I'm at +6, I should one-shot. Well, not for sure, but actually it's a bit tricky because of counter. What I could do is just to stall out all the counters before I start attacking. Because the last thing I want is to fully set up my Regirock and die to counter in the end. But do I have enough moves to stall out? I have, of course, rest. So the good thing, it will only use Milk Drink twice. Then Facade has quite a lot of PP, and Shadow Ball too. It's quite a lot to stall out. Facade has 20. Shadow Ball also has 20 or 15 maybe. Shadow Ball has 15, so that's 35 moves, and counter has 20, right? Yeah, 20. That's quite a lot to stall out. It means to stall out 55 moves, which I cannot do with 10 curses and a lot of rests. Of course, I could swap style between Fortress and Regirock in order to fully set up Regirock. Actually somehow sounds like a good plan. Might be overthinking, and of course if the water mons in the back are weak, then it's kind of a waste of time, but I'd rather play it safe. Let me check the Suicunes. Can it be Suicune 2? It is possible. So against this one, Leftovers, Toxic Dive, Double Team, Protect. This is really the most difficult opponent, I think, in the Battle Factory. I want to be ready for that, and I think that Starmie 2, of course, is quite good against it, but, well, Turn the Ball doesn't even 2-hit KO it. It was Double Team and Protect. It might even be a 3-hit KO. And then Toxic. It's just the worst, this one. And for this one, I would like to have my Regirock fully set up at +6, because Rock Slide, Earthquake have a good chance to kill it quickly. So I think actually swap stalling this Miltank is a great idea, because it also doesn't really do any damage to Fortress. And then what I hope is that it will use counter on the fortress, so it gets as little damage as possible. Well, I could switch to fortress now, because it will probably milk drink. Okay, let's start counting. Facade 20 PP. Then Shadow Wall 15 PP. Counter 20 PP. It has already used 1. I think I should be able to stall out these moves. The only thing is I have to keep 6 curses for Regirock. And Milk Drink is, I think, 10 PP. 5 PP? Really? Oh, it was, no, in Generation 9 it was reduced to 5 PP. So I think here it is... Like, what I don't like about this Ice and Calc, I think it's the better one, but it doesn't show PP, while what I call Turscane calculator does show PP, I believe. Milk Drink 10 indeed. We'll keep it in the back. So what I want to do is to set up Regirock here to keep my Starmie as healthy as possible against the 2 Watermons in the back, because it's quite scary for my team. And to get most value out of Regirock, because it will not be able to do much against those water types. So I think I first switch to Fortress. It will be quite a long stall. And Facade and Shadow Ball will hurt Fortress in the end. Even though it needs... how many hits? Let's say 10 or 20. But then again, Regirock will take a lot of hits because it will rest, which means it will take at least 3 hits, let's say. So Fortress should retake less hits. HP restoring moves. Well, it is slower. It will use HP restoring moves while at 70+%. Rarely, but below 70% it will almost always heal. So now it is slower, so it will probably heal. So then it means that a switch to Fortress is safe. So we need to keep an eye on the counter PP. Let's hope it reaches 20 soon. Or I could just surf and then forget about all this setup. But I do want to try it. Because Suicune 2 is such a danger. Okay, let's start counting. Fortress, Milk Drink indeed. I don't want to attack with Fortress. Don't want to attack. I go to Regirock. It uses Facade, so that's 1 Facade gone. Then I Do I now go back to Fortress or do I rest? Let's see what happens if I go back to Fortress. Counter. That's great. 2 counters are out. Go back to Regirock. 3 counters. Great. Probably it's not likely at all to use Facade and Shadow Ball because they're both not very effective. Fortress. Shadow Ball for 9 damage. Not great. Should keep an eye on the amount of damage. Regirock counter. Perhaps it's quite likely to use Shadow Ball on Regirock because it's not resisted. If that's the case, I should probably stay in with Regirock a bit to draw as many Shadow Balls as possible. But 4 counters is already good. It's already good. I need to preserve 6 curses at least. So I could use just 1. Not faster, I think. Let me check for sure. Yeah, it's quite fast. It's melting. Melting 1. Yeah, it should always Shadow Ball against Regirock instead of Facade. So it will use either Shadow Ball or counter, which means stalling out only 35 moves. Which is doable, I think, because I have... Well, after 1 rest I will use the Chesto Berry. But then I have 9 times 2 turns or so. It's 18 and 6 curses 24, or not up to 35 then. So if I click rest, it will use 1 move, then I will sleep, it will use a 2nd move, then I will sleep again, it will use a 3rd move, so 3 moves per rest. So 9 rests times 3 is 27, plus 1 if the Chesto is 28, plus 6 curses is 34, and I could just curse even more. So I could already stall out. The Miltic on my own. The only thing is, if it doesn't use Shadow Ball while I rest, I will not be able to click rest and sleep for those turns. So then I stall out less. I think it's quite safe still to at least stall a bit with switching. And yeah, here's a Shadow Ball, that's a pity for another 9 damage. Okay, switch back. Facade. So on Fortress it might use Facade, so I also don't want this to happen. Maybe I should just click rest whenever I can. And then hope it will hit me again. Yeah, Shadow Ball. Number 3. Okay, Chesto Berry. Now let's just... Well, if I go to Fortress again, I risk again to have a Facade, and then I only stall out 1 move at a time. And I still have to stall out 28 of 35 moves. So 28 moves with... I should be able to do that. before I hit with a rock slide or earthquake. And I would like to have at least one rest left, and I would like to be at full health. Maybe I will switch once more and then do it. Again, a Shadow Ball. And let's hope for counter now. It doesn't use it anymore. Fortress has taken so far 26 damage, not that much, but... I would like to have it come in after being my Regirock's dead and then to explode on what's for in the back. Whatever's in the back, because I think it will just kill every Watermon that's left. Because there are no Watermons that resist explosion. Maybe Melodic will live, but it's not a big deal. I think I can switch once more and then I will start setting up another Shadow Ball. It's quite a pity actually, because I need those Shadow Balls to be able to use rest. But anyway, it's not that bad, because if it's out then it will use counter for sure. And I will be able to switch to Fortress for free. Alright. Let's see if you use Facade again. No, counter, that's good. Okay, now I will start setting up after a bathroom break. By the way, I see I have one viewer. Hello, viewer. Time to set up. So where are we at? We are at 5 Shadow Balls and 5 counters, which we're trying to stall out. I will click Rest. Shadow Ball, number 6. I sleep. Another Shadow Ball, number 7. I sleep again. Another Shadow Ball, number 8. Then I go back to sleep. Another Shadow Ball, number 9. Maybe it knows that it shouldn't use counter when I sleep. Quite bad. In that case, I shouldn't click rest so easily. Yes, it seems like it knows that it shouldn't use counter when I sleep. Maybe misplay, but okay. At least those Shadow Balls are gone. I curse up once. Curse up twice, choose counter. But will it use Facade when I'm sleeping? Or will it use Facade when I'm sleeping? If counter is out, if will it never use counter if I sleep? Assuming that you're not asleep. think we should go to the specific score breakdowns. Counter. If the target is asleep, -1 score. So it will have a -1 score. And if I sleep, and the highest damaging move will have +0. So it will choose Facade when I sleep. It's kind of bad. So it's quite difficult to stall out this mill tank of all its moves. It turns out I might have to risk a counter on my rock slide. What are the odds again of killing? 70%, 75% chance to OHKO. And since it has some damage from the Starmie Surf, I did, well, definitely over half, but I cannot tell how much. I do have this ruler, because it will do at least 96%. Do I remember how to use the ruler? Ruler strats. Can I put it in here? Add a ruler. To find it on my PC. Ruler strats. There it is. To check in OBS, how much is that? Let me make this bigger. Let's make this ruler bigger as well. How precise do I need to be? Like this. So it seems like definitely less than 96%. Put it back like that. So it means I should kill at +6. Do I trust this? Well, it doesn't matter much anyway, because if Miltanks lives, it also has a focus band. It can always live if it's not out of counters. Then Starmie or Fortress will kill it with one hit. I will just go for it because 10% focus band activation plus choosing counter at that specific turn doesn't seem too likely. Another Shadow Ball, number 13. Now I'll just rest to see what happens because it's out of Shadow Ball soon. Use counter right now. And there's the last Shadow Ball. So now this only has... It used counter. So it not use Facade. That's interesting. So will it use... It does use Facade. Go back to sleep. I need to wake up again. Facade. Now it used counter. Facade. I woke up, I rest again. Counter. Counter. I might be able to do this. Facade. Woke up, curse. Now I can rest again. Or we'll curse another time. Yeah, curse another time. Counter. It's not super scientific, this method, but I think I will stall out another 12 moves with rest and another 4 with curse. It's really tight because I need... But anyway, I'm committed already because I need the +6 curse. I think I'll just curse fully and rest and start attacking because 14 counters out of 20, 15 counters out of 20, 16 counters out of 20, I'll rest, 17 counters out of 20, 18 counters out of 20. I think I'm ready to attack, actually. 19 counters out of 20, so now it has to use only one last counter. I will not risk it. And it's out of counters. And now Rock Slide should be safe with Regirock fully set up and 2 rests in the back. That makes me happy. So the plan worked out. It will use Facade or Milk Drink. Anyway, there's a great chance to Oko. Counters should be out of counters. There's Facade, crit of course. Rock Slide kills. Alright. We have a Quagsire. Pretty bad. Let's do the administration. Regirock is at +6/+6 and -6 speed. We know we have Miltank 1 and we're up against a Quagsire, which also may have counter. And the speed drop does matter because Quagsire has worse speed than Regirock even. So we're up against Quack 2, 3 or 4. We'll see how Regirock fares against those. Quagsire 2, we one-shot with Earthquake and it may curse or yawn. I don't mind so much. Quagsire 3, I will one-shot with Earthquake, and Quagsire 4, I will one-shot with Earthquake. It may use Surf or Amnesia, I don't mind so much. Okay, Earthquake, curse. So now it will probably live. There's 2. A crit, that helps. That helps. So it was Quagsire 2 or 3, and there we have it, Lapras. I'm curious to see what sets it could possibly be. All of them, still. Depends also on the Quagsire, probably. But the good thing is we still have our team pretty healthy. Regirock +6/+6, Starmie full health, Fortress healthy enough to live a hit and to explode. So we should be safe. I'm just going to check the calcs to see if Earthquake somehow might KO. Of course, Rock Slide risks a miss. We always kill with Rock Slide, but yeah. Also, Lepers might sing or confuse us. This dies to Earthquake. This might die to Earthquake. This dies to Earthquake. This dies to Earthquake. This dies to Earthquake. Lepers 7 and 8. Those are the bulky ones, right? This might live. And this might live. I still think Earthquake is the safe choice here, because either I will retaliate with Starmie or with Fortress, which has sturdy. And if it sinks and hits or confuses me and I hit myself anyway, it doesn't matter if I click Rock Slide or Earthquake. Sheer Cold, and there we have it. It's one of the Oko Lepers, and it just lives by a slither of health. Let's check which one it can be. 7 or 8 indeed. And I have to see if what the ranges are. So Lepers 8 might live and Lepers 7. So what I could do is to go to Fortress now. Just to see if it's 7 or 8. Let's do that for fun, because it cannot hit me anyway. Or Drill protected by Sturdy. Then we have the biggest chance to miss with Zap Cannon and Sing. It is Sing, so it's Lepers 8. Does it also tell us which Quagsire it is? I doubt. Oh, it does. Quagsire 2. Leftovers, Curse, Attract Yawn. And this Lepers is not worth taking, because the one with Rest and Sleep Talk is interesting, because it could get you out of a very bad situation. But for my team, I think it's not necessary anyway. Zap Cannon. First time I use this move, and we get a kill with it. Defeated Aroma Lady Abby. What an awful stench. That was quite interesting battle, because 2 Watermons in the back. Not that easy for Starmie. So for the first time, not a Starmie sweep, but yeah, still all my mons lived, so that also shows the strength of the team, that throughout these first 4 battles, none of my mons fainted. 5th match is next, go on. Little investigation, dragon type, and total preparation. Now that's interesting as well. Next battle. Dragon also sounds, of course, like Salamence, Ladias, Ladios, if you're lucky, Altaria. Total preparation. I'm not that... Well, since I have this buddy tool, I don't pay attention too much to the sentences and the meanings anymore, but total preparation I think is style 1 moves, which is like yeah, boosting moves and maybe confusing moves. And there's Clefable, so I guess it's also follow me. But yeah, Salamence very common. Kingdra, Latias, Latios, and indeed Altaria. Now Salamence would be good news because I just one-shot with Ice Beam. Kingdra, Latias, Latios, a bit more difficult. Well, anyway, I will not take any of the previous months, so we're just going to have to see what we are up against. We will not swap. Battle 5 for round 13. Again, I skipped the text. Pokemaniac Miller with a Latios. But since we have a phrase, we might have information on the moveset. That might not be the most difficult ones. Because we see that the first two, which are most likely, because they have this style 1 moves of recover, I think Dragon Dance, Calm Mind, Thunder Wave, maybe some of those. And it's not just the all-out attacker, which has a very dangerous Thunderbolt. Especially the modest one with fully special attack invested one. Anyway, I'm faster, only this Quick Claw could outspeed me. Latios 2, also very dangerous. Let's do some calcs. I like to call Latios and Latias Tio and Tia because that's the way to easily find them in the calculator. I will first just reset my Regirock. And there we are. With Latios, do we know what's in the pack? Well, probably not Latias. So Latios 1 already threatens to kill me with Thunderbolt. And Latios 2 with the Quick Claw also threatens to kill me. Maybe I will again just list all the moves that will click to see if it makes sense to switch out. Probably not, because Fortress and Regirock don't particularly like switching into Thunderbolts or other strong special moves. So Latios 1 will click Thunderbolt, Latios 2 will click Thunderbolt. Of course I could go Fortress and click Explosion, but if Starmie just wins the one-on-one, that's better. Here I'm at Latios 5, it will click either T-Wave or Calm Mind, I believe, maybe Dragon Claw. Latios 4 will click Thunderbolt. T-Wave, of course, also a very good scenario because of my Lumberry. Latios 6 might click T-Wave or else Shadow Ball. Maybe Dragon Claw. 7. This is Latios 8 will click Shadow Ball. 7 will click DD or Shadow Ball. And with the DD it will outspeed my Starmie. Yes. And it will also hurt me quite a bit, but in case of this one I might switch to Regirock and set up like the previous round. So I don't want to switch into any Thunderbolts, don't think it makes sense. I don't want to switch into Thunder Wave either. Regirock doesn't mind that much, but still. After Dragon Dance I will switch to Regirock, and yeah, after Shadow Ball as well. Just for the first 4 I need to kill them quickly. And any double Ice Beam will do, so I believe. There's not a world in which Latios lives 2 Ice Beams. No. Latios 5 is most bulky, but still. Then of course there is Bright Powder Latios, which actually 5 and 7, which are most likely. But yeah, anyway, I have to hit something, so better to try it on move 1. And it is Dragon Dance, so it means Latios 7, which will now outspeed, and which will probably attack. So it seems like a good option to go either to Regirock or even Fortress. Fortress could Zap Cannon, paralyze it, or I can just take a chunk on Starmie now at +1/+1. And kill it. It might also recover. Actually, there's quite a chance of recovering. There is a chance it might use recover. Yeah, perhaps I better kill it, because if it sets up too much against Regirock, at +1, Earthquake already does quite a chunk. Crits can be nasty. I think I better get rid of this Latios as soon as possible. It outspeeds and clicks Shadow Ball. Again, a special defense drops, and I'm luckily rid of this. And the Raikou. Pooh, this is quite a matchup for Starmie. Not the most favorable one, but luckily I do have 2 months with Earthquake in the back. Let's first check what Raikou sets this might be. Only Raikou 1. And then in the back it's either Altaria or Salamence, which are both one-shot by Ice Beam. So I just have to keep Starmie alive, and the game is in my hands. It sees the kill with Thunderbolt, so it wouldn't click anything else. It does have Calm Mind. I think Fortress should live 1 hit at least. And I think Regirock should kill with 2 Earthquakes. But Resto, Chesto is kind of dangerous, but if I have already some chip, then Starmie may also do the trick. Actually, that's quite a lot of damage. More than half with Surf. So. But still, if it's able to Calm Mind up, then could spell trouble. Fortress almost one-shots with Earthquake. And Regirock also almost one-shots, but Thunderbolt it lives quite well. So I could go. It will click Thunderbolt for sure here. I don't think it will click T-Wave, even though it's faster. I could go to Regirock and just start Earthquaking. Then it will click Calm Mind. I will click Earthquake, it will click Rest. I will click Earthquake. It will click Rest again, I will click Earthquake. Looks safe. Pretty safe to go to Regirock here. Yeah, let's do that, because T-Wave is unlikely because he's faster already. And even through T-Wave I should be able to hit it enough times to win. And if it goes to sleep, Starmie will be able to finish it easily, and then Ice Beam, Altaria or Salamence. Only thing I could check is if there will be Salamence, which movesets is it? Salamence 6 for sure, with Lumberry and Dragon Dance. Not too scary. Some special defense investment. I can just check if Stormy Ice Beams kills this. It does. Alright. Then Regirock and Earthquake is just very safe. Or Fortress and Earthquake. I don't think it matters. Does it matter? I don't believe it does matter. Seems safe. Okay, T-Bolt. I Earthquake, Calm Mind. Kind of scary, I know. So it's now +1/+1. Now it will click Rest. I will Earthquake. It will Resto Chesto. Then it will click Rest again. This time I almost knock it out. Against the Salamence, do I mind Dragon Dance? Well, I still have Fortress with Explode, so it cannot really hurt my Fortress anyway. Only several Rock Slide misses will hurt my then Salamence will be able to set up with Dragons. But I just go Starmie here and Surf, and then I Ice Beam, and then I win. No need to risk anything. Yep. And there's a Salamence 6 for sure, which I Oko with Ice Beam. Quite a team, right? Quite a team with Latios, Raikou and Salamence. But still my team's that all my members are alive, which shows the good synergy of my team. And again, I think I will not change, because Latios 7, yeah, good if it is at 31 IVs. Still it has Recover, it has TD, but no stab. Raikou 1, very good with 31 IVs. Salamence 6, also very good with 31 IVs, I would say, but with 3 IVs I just don't think it makes it to my team, which already has such a good synergy now. My phone isn't working. Okay. Let's see what we are up against now. No clear favorites, Free Spirited, Unrestrained. Let's check. Spell, calculate. I got the goat Starmie tree. I do. Good to see you. I've got quite a goated team, I should say. And my last opponent also was quite strong, with Latios 7, Raikou 1 and Salaman 6. But I don't feel like changing. Yeah, this is my team. Starmie, Fortress, great switch in. And with Explosion, it's very strong. And Regirock, good win conditioning. It already showed its potential. I'm at round 6 now, and so far I haven't had any... none of my mons fainted, so I think this team is good enough to make it through. And I don't feel like switching at all for Latios 7 or Raikou 1 or Mens 6. Yeah, my most interesting battle was battle 4 so far. You might be able to watch it back later, in which I was up against the Miltank 1 and 2 water types in the pack. I decided to set up with Regirock instead of killing off the Miltank. Yeah, anyway, let's see what I'm up against now. Because Raikou doesn't make sense because I don't have a good Earthquake switching anyway. You're a lightning rod for my power, according to Pokefan Todd with the Aerodactyl. Now this could be strong if it has choice band. But my Starmie outspeeds anyway. I have a 167 speed and arrow 157, and I do hope to one-shot all of them. Yes, for sure. Yeah, that's a good start. Don't know which Aerodactyl. The one with choice band is quite good. Don't know if it actually one-shots. Might kill with Hyper Beam. Okay. I could go to Regirock, try to set up, but since there's one with Roar, I don't want to do that. Plus, just surfing is so free here that I will do that. Even a crit. I don't think it mattered. Glalie. Doesn't sound too dangerous. What could it do to my Starmie? Shadow Ball. That's something. But I'm faster, and the one with Endure will probably explode afterwards, and I will just switch to Regirock to take the explosion. This looks easy. I guess I will 2-hit KO every Glalie with Surf. Yeah, indeed, Glalie is in competitive OU, this Spiker, right? So that could be something. In the factory and in the battle frontier in general, spikes isn't that useful because there are only three mons on the opposite side and there's not much switching. But if you have a 31 IV Skarmory lead with spikes, it could work. It could work. If you get this 3 layers up, then it would be useful. Anyway, I'm going to surf twice here. Because what can it do? Can protect, can click heal. Yeah, I don't mind that much. It does protect, so it is Glalie 1. Yeah, that doesn't change anything. Well, it has crunch actually, so it could kill in case of crit, but yeah. Well, Fortress actually walls this pretty hard. But yeah, I don't want to have to risk Ice Beam freezes if I don't have to. Because then with heal and protect, the damage might rack up. Yeah, still 2 serves I think is the way to go. Even though crunch, of course, it does kill me in case of a crit, but I don't want to overthink and to have a full health Fortress in the back, which can explode against the last moment. It's just too good. And Red Jurok, I would also risk Ice Beam freezes, so I rather just get rid of it. There we are, heal, that's a great scenario. Just count the turns for completeness sake, 2 turns of heal. Protect failed. It's 3 turns of heal and the Hypno. Pretty weak team after 2 strong teams in the previous 2 battles. It's a good, nice briefer. Well, Hypno with the elemental punches might be able to do something. Could be any Hypno. But anyway, it will be hit by hail as well, which will help. Doesn't have any healing. Well, it does have 3 meter hypnosis, but I should be able to play around it. It has swagger, but I have Lum. I think I just surf. And see what happens. Hypnosis, and then I have my Lum, and then I will kill. Heal does a bit more extra damage. Would still be 1 turn of heal. And again, my team at full health. And now we have the 7th match coming up. Let's just check if we have some information about Aerodactyl mainly. Not at all. And also I don't know if it's Hypno 1 or 2. Finally, the 7th match is next. No clear favorites, slow and steady. Just click here, battle 7, because then it will show the 6 IV speed, which is nice, of all the opposing mons. And yeah, there's no sense in swapping for any of these mons. So just see what is the lead. And I will change to 6 IVs in my calculator as well. I am living only with dragon Pokemon. Okay, let's show me what you got. Then Dragon Tamer Treven has a Dugong, which is pretty threatening to dragons, I'd say. Slow and steady Dugong. I wonder. Very likely to be Jugon 2. Slow and steady is probably Encore or Disable, and of course there is the one-hit KO options, but I do have my Fortress for them. Even though Jugon number 4 could hit my Fortress as well. Now Jugon is pretty bulky, at least some of them, so they will live a Thunderbolt. Yeah, all of them do. And here Signal Beam actually chunks my Starmie. But yeah, switching to Fortress or Regirock doesn't make a lot of sense. Even though yeah, I do play around the one-hit KO moves. Because Jugong 1 will click Fake Out with a safe switch back to Starmie. Jugong 2 will click Double Edge, I guess. For which Fortress is also a good switch in. Jugong 3 is completely walled by Fortress. I don't know if they switch out, if they see that Fortress walls them perfectly because of Sturdy. And if it clicks Signal Beam, Jugong 4, it will click Surf next. It has a Lumberry. Click Surf next. I could click Giga Drain and then go to Starmie to finish it off with T-Bolt. Yeah, it's just because two of the Jugongs have a Oko move, which might hit. And then I lose my Starmie for nothing. And if the switch to Fortress is quite safe, then I should probably just do it. If it's Jugong 1, I will just switch back to Starmie, because it will click what? It will click what? It will click Ice Beam. Well, again, I could do the Giga Drain and then T-Bolt, or Giga Drain twice and then T-Bolt. Maybe that's the best. It might also like to click Icy Wind against Starmie because I am faster. I think the switch to Fortress is pretty safe. If I come into a one-hit KO move, then I'm very happy. It clicks Disable, so it means it's Jugong 2, the one it was already most likely to be Jugong 2. It cannot do much to my Fortress. And against Starmie it will also not do that much. Well, I could Giga Drain once and then kill it off with Stormy, so I have less damage on Stormy. I think I like that. Because it can freeze, of course, but I'll take this risk on the fortress. Blizzard, one blizzard. A crit. Thank God for Giga Rain and healing off a little bit. Back to Stormy. Disable Mist, Thunderbolt, and Stormy's at full health, which is really nice. Sceptile. I checked already before we started this run that I do outspeed. I see that I don't one-shot all of them with 6 IVs. I should check if I actually outspeed at 6 IVs. I do have 167 speed. Now, which one is the... There's none. There are no Sceptiles with bulk. So my damage will always be the same. There is Bright Powder. And Leaf Blade is quite threatening. But I think I just have to start attacking because Fortress and Fortress and Regirock aren't that threatening to Sceptile as well. Now Sceptile 4 with Bright Powder Miss would be horrible, but yeah, not a big chance, and I have to attack anyway. We have Detect here, so it is Sceptile 1. Leftovers and no Bright Powder luckily, and we Oko and Armaldo. Well, could be pretty scary against Regirock, but yeah, against Stormy I should just surf and kill, I would think. Armaldo 1 I kill, Armaldo 2 I kill, Armaldo 3 I kill. And there is Quick Claw, but yeah, anyway I have to risk that, so okay. And we are done with round 12. With no fainted mons. It just shows how good this team was. You've destroyed the way I am living. Congratulations, you've won 9 battle points. Very nice. We save. I will not record. And now my streak is at 91 wins, and again a round without swapping. This team of Stormy Tree, Fortress Tree and Regirock Tree was just too strong. I'll just write down the streak and amount of swaps. And I think that's it for today. I will go to lunch. I will save the state. Overwrite the first one, and yeah. I hope you enjoyed this stream. Few people, very few people came in to watch, but yeah, you can also watch back the live stream, so who knows. Let me know in the Discord server of LRXC the Berg if you enjoyed the video, and who knows, see you another time at for the next round 14. Alright, bye bye.